Hello to all you lovers out there.
Hola.
It is Juan and G, and I'm G.
I'm Juan.
And we are here for Black Pride Weekend here in
Black
Atlanta.
Gay Pride Weekend.
And we are here, right, Black Gay Pride Weekend, and we are here with these beautiful gentlemen. I'm sure you recognize them, Octavius and Jamal. Let's give them a round of applause. These are our guys, couple of the month of September. And I don't know if you guys remember, we have interviewed these guys before.
Yes.
Did we tell you it was a couple of the month? We just said we
No.
Yes! Couple of the month of September!
Yeah, we don't think that's a
Yeah, shoot.
I like to think of the Academy.
We don't have no awards
You
yet.
get a Love Works mug.
Right, that worked. But yeah, so we interviewed you guys a year ago, and this was actually our very first interview, and it was Black Pride Weekend.
It was 1 year ago to the day off. Today, tomorrow will be 1 year.
That went by so
That's the first time we met, actually.
Yeah, it was. And we started this
Yeah.
whole love affair. Like we talk about it all the time. But it was a great weekend, and what happened was we was just at a house having a party. It was like, let's just sit down and talk to you guys, and we did. And ever since then, we've been doing interviews, so thanks for the inspiration.
Oh,
Yes.
no,
That was
thanks for
our
having us.
first.
You know, you guys,
We were virgins.
Y'all busted our cherry.
I don't think y'all were first. No.
So that's what we want to do today. We want to just sit and talk and chat. So what have you all been up to over this past year?
Everything. Well, one thing that we did do was, I'm finishing a documentary that I've been directing for 3 years. So I'm finishing it up this summer.
And I remember you telling us about it when you was here last time.
Yeah, so it's finally coming to an end. At the same time, we're kicking off.
We have a new business that it will be very. There's a lot of stuff we can't say yet because it's in the middle of it.
I saw some
Tell us when the camera go
on
off.
social media.
Yeah.
You know.
But you guys will be the first ones because you guys will hopefully be will be integral parts of what we're getting ready to do, and it kind of benefits us.
Okay.
And everything like that.
Okay.
Really good deal. And so he's down here working, and I've been taking meetings as well here and in LA. But it's gonna be a big deal. So,
Oh, I can't wait to hear about it when the camera
I'm
goes off.
excited. I'm like, what is it gonna be?
yeah.
No, it's good stuff, and so as you guys know, starting businesses are always it takes time, and it's never easy, and especially when we're doing it together. We always wanted to do something where we could have a business together, but we kept landing on things that just weren't the right fit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we think that. Well, we know that now we found a fit, and we're getting investors at board, and things are just kind of going.
So that's awesome. This is your first business together as a couple.
It is.
You know, so interesting. I just always assume that y'all always work together for some reason.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess because both of your work can always take you to the same places. So when you're out working, you go. I was like, well, they working together.
Because it's been more about supporting each other. If he has to work, I'll be down there supporting.
Okay.
This is the first time we both are going to be in the trenches together. And we're doing that, and at the same time, because we're getting older, we're in the process of starting our family. So with the
How old are you
adoption
guys?
process-
Really?
Yeah.
How old are you guys? First, if you don't mind us asking.
I'll be 43 in a month.
43.
Yeah.
And I'm 44, and I'll be 45
Yeah.
in a couple months.
Okay, well, happy early birthday.
Black don't crack.
Thank you.
Y'all just talked about so many things that I want to
I
talk
know.
about. We'll get back to the family.
Okay, because that's what I want to do.
Yeah, but I want to talk about you guys starting a business together, and what has that been like for you so far? Because obviously Juan and I we work together as well, and it can definitely cause a strain on relationships
A
sometimes.
little bit sometimes.
Yeah, especially when you both have strong opinions about what you want things to look like. So what has that process been like for you all?
Well, it's been good. It's something in the creative field, so we're both used to that kind of thing happening. But we both basically have had like agreements that we'll kind of stay in our own lane for this particular thing, and then there'll be some gray area that we will need to kind of collaborate with. But we just met with a friend of ours. Let me shout out to Dewan Wilson, who's actually now the head marketing person for SoundCloud. And so we had lunch in LA. And he taught us some things that helped us as a couple and as a business, and we learned to be either multipliers or diminishers. and meaning that.
What does that mean?
He's a diminisher.
I found out I was a diminisher a little bit.
What is a diminisher?
So diminisher is someone who has an idea creatively that wants to push their agenda no matter what, and everybody's like, okay, this is what I want to do. You go and do this kind of thing, and da da da. But we found out as being a multiplier, because it was sometimes that, you know, especially the business we're getting ready to do is somewhat in the fashion side. So when as a relationship, I'll go to him and ask him questions like, what do you think about this? But then he will put his 2 cents in it as far as the design part. I'm like, wait. Not the design. I said, don't look at that. Look at this part. So
how can you expect them to not look at everything?
Because I'm not ready for that.
Oh, don't comment on it. Don't comment on it.
So what I found out to be a multiplier, what you do have to do is to make everybody feel like they have a part ownership in everything, to give them a kind of a say so, and even him. And then after that, it may be something that I have never really thought about, but instead of, you know, kind of take my ego out of it, that it can kind of multiply the situation in a positive way.
What did you say? Take your what out of it?
Your ego.
Your what? Ego.
That's
a hard thing to do. Yeah.
So how has it impacted your relationship?
Well, you know, the thing is that before we got married, we went to counseling. We went to a counselor just because there was a rough patch right before we decided that we were going to get married, that we just couldn't agree. It seemed like everything we were arguing. And what he said to us was that, you know, what you're really arguing about is not what you're arguing about. You're arguing just somebody wants to be right. So now that we started
you hear all that? Just had this conversation this morning.
So now that we know that neither one of us is going to be right, now we can just figure out, okay, well, what's going to work right now?
What does that mean? Neither one of us is going to be right.
Because there's really no right or wrong, right? Because what I see, it could be right for me, and what he sees could absolutely be right for him. But what can we land on together that we can move past it and not have any harm, bad feelings towards each other? Compromise. And I know people hear it all the time, but it really is, because I could swear up and down I'm right, and he'd do the same thing, and we'll just be doing this the whole way. You know what I mean? So once we learned that from him before we got married, we learned that lesson, and I think now we could transfer that into the business. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I want it blue, you want it black, and let's figure out a navy. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of like, that's what we are.
But the other thing we had to figure out too is to kind of really call each other to the carpet when we're like, okay, are we arguing about business or are we arguing about the relationship?
It's a gray area.
You know what I mean? Because some things would trigger like things like, oh, you're not really talking about the business. You're just, like, no, let's separate the two right now and say I'm strictly talking about like that.
Who's better at separating business from relationship?
I know I am.
You are? Okay, so you're always saying, okay, what are you talking about? Okay, you're driving that.
And I'm not good at separating at all. I'm mad at you at work, I'm mad at you at later on.
I feel like I can look at you as a coworker at times, and then I can, but the lines are blurred, especially when we close that office door and we move into the house, and it's not so easily shut off. But I think it's important to kind of have that divide.
It is.
Yeah, you do.
The strange part is we were at the beach the other day, and I missed the appointment that we were supposed to, a deadline that we were supposed to hit.
We were on our way to have fun. Like, we're in the middle, like everything is fun.
We listened to music, and then it hit me. I was like, oh shit, we're supposed to be at such and such today. And so I brought it up. I was like, no, we were supposed to do this, and so he was like, so what are you gonna do about it? And I'm like,
so I just instantly went from fun to like business side.
Okay.
And then I went to relationship. I was like, what do you mean? What am I gonna do about it?
Why you putting it on me?
Like, this is us. So I'm driving. So what you want me to do about it? So it became a personal attack, to me, because I'm like, yeah, I did forget about it, but we can figure it out. You're over there. You make the call, say, But as a business person, I had to say, okay, you know what? Let me step back and let me fix this situation, because it's not about us. It's about our business and trying to make sure that we Because
in the business, if you have partners, then you take a sense of ownership in what piece you're going to do from beginning to end. So it can't be like, because we're all doing our separate things. It can't be in the middle and say, well, I didn't get a chance to do so. Well, what are we gonna do about it? I'm like, no.
That was on your list. So, so what are you gonna do about it?
Handle it. I'm like that too, though. Okay.
Because they help the greater good,
So,
Absolutely.
when we get back, we're going to touch on the family things you just talked about. So, stay tuned and we'll be right back with Octavius and Jamal.
Commercial break. Commercial break.
10.
I know, you know